It's time for Grim Reviews. Playing through mods and helping you pick the best of the bunch. Let's
talk about The Hospital, published on the 22nd of December 2012. This one's by Carl Mack. Now, this is one which got rave reviews, and people are mind blown by it. It's fantastic, and the atmosphere and story are just so good. Now, I failed to get through this twice. I just quit. I just could not get through it. I finally managed to finish it so that I can actually do this review, and it was a pain in the ass. The atmosphere and story are quite good, and the choice of wall sets is also, in my opinion, excellent, because out of all the basic wall sets, if you're going to go for a horrifying abandoned hospital, the present wall set is the most suitable. And you could have gone for one of the more decorative wall sets, but he's gone for this one, and it was the right choice. It is a very barren wall set, however, so the rooms do tend to be quite boring. Apart from that, decorations scattered all over the place, cave-ins, tunnel drops, they look bad. Mixed wall sets, it looks bad. This thing, it looks bad. It doesn't help that these things, they just don't look good, and texture flickers obviously are another issue. But no, the atmosphere is decent. What can we say about the story? It's another good element, and certainly it would be better if it were translated correctly, or even if it had been left in the author's original language, because as it is now, it's poor. And it's a shame, because this could have been better. The translation is terrible. There was something like, in the down room, I can access the secret passage to alchemy room, red plant on empty alcove. It was kinda bad, but you can understand what he's going for. The problem with this clue, however, is multiple. One, what is the down room? There is no down room in the dungeon. It's unclear as to which room he means. Two, by this point you've taken the items out of the alcoves on several rooms. It's not clear which one is supposed to be the empty alcove, so that's another problem. And three, it's a consumable item he wants her to use, and that's a problem because you've got a mortar, you've got flasks, you could have made an energy potion, and therefore you're stuck. You have to restart the entire dungeon. Another clue, which was fairly poor, was something like, you've got to get the Ruth Finger and Essence of Life given to me. I am something about magic, Master Gerald. It was totally unclear as to what the hell this was talking about. Ruth Finger turns out to be milkreed. I suspect it's supposed to be root something. You have an item which has root in the name. That's not the correct item. No, milkreed. Milkreed is apparently some sort of root. Very difficult to figure that out. Essence of Life was water, which made sense. The third item which you needed for this isn't even provided for you in the clue, because it is the clue. You had to guess that the note was also one of the items that you had to put on one of 3 numbered alcoves. It gives you no clue as to the order, which one's supposed to go where. It's a lot of guesswork, and it becomes very frustrating very quickly. The combination of being both not clear in terms of translation and not clear in terms of what the hell am I supposed to be doing. Certainly this is a big problem with the mod, apart from all the graphical issues, which is a shame because it's got the atmosphere and it's got the story. It seems to be more focused on exploration as well rather than combat. There are monsters here, and you will get into fights later on, but early on it's mostly just exploring this hospital, and it could have been good, but it's not. It's not. Let me finish this up with two other one minor problem and one major problem, in my opinion. The first one is that my party became randomly poisoned at certain points. Didn't come in contact with poison clouds. There were poison clouds floating around, but I didn't touch any. I was quite far away from them. Somehow, just wandering around, I become randomly poisoned. It's a nuisance when this happens because it's unclear as to what's going on. It's just a pain in the butt. The second problem, certain pits you have to jump down in order to progress. Other pits are death traps, and if you go down them, you die, and you have to restart. And this makes the dungeon tedious because it's inconsistent. If you're going to use the pits as death traps, then you need to make it clear that there is some sort of difference between this pit and this pit. Because otherwise, I'm going to go down that pit. I don't know what's down there. Oh, they're all death traps. If they had all been death traps, I'd have known to avoid them. Of course, and so their placement is such that why they would be there is pointless. But the fact that they're mixed, it's an inconsistency which is bothersome. You constantly save loading. Is this a good pit? No. Okay, this is a good pit. Save, load. Yes, this is one pit that I'm allowed to go down. This one, no. Reload. This one, no. Reload. This one, okay. You get the idea. It's a bother. So the hospital, it's a 2. It's got an interesting storyline, or at least I suspect it does, if I could understand what was going on. Those notes are translated very poorly. Its atmosphere is decent, but it looks terrible. It's frustrating, and yeah, I just cannot recommend this thing because it's not very good. For some reason people love it though. Certainly not for me. Maybe you will. I don't know. People seem to think it's absolutely fantastic. So yeah, there's that. Maybe you'll enjoy it.